In this video, you will learn how to construct an insurance verification form and how to automate it to put your private practice on autopilot. Hi, my name is Liz. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can get notifications of future content. Today, we're going to talk about building an insurance verification form. So one of the very first things that we want to do is to determine the required information that you'll need on your form. We're going to start by identifying the specific information you need from the patients to verify their insurance coverage. This may include personal details such as their name, address, date of birth, insurance information such as their insurance provider, policy number, group number, and any other relevant information. We're also going to choose the format that we want to create the form. So there's a couple different ways to do this. We can create a physical paper form, which I'm sure that almost all of us have come across before, and the patients fill that out manually. You can also create a digital form using various tools and platforms such as Microsoft Word, Google Forms, or a special form building software. We'll actually cover a few of those towards the end of this presentation. All right, you want to also make sure to include very clear instructions. So you want to provide clear instructions on how patients should complete the form. For example, what information is required, and any kind of guidelines such as how you want the date to be written down and or any additional documentations or cards that they may need. Usually the very first time that someone comes to you, you're going to want to get a copy of their insurance card. All right, the next thing that we're going to want to do is to design the form. So you're going to create the layout and design your form, ensuring that it's easy to read and complete. Use headings, sections, and checkboxes to organize the information logically. Consider adding your practice logo or branding elements for a professional touch. I actually kind of like the little boxes to show different sections of instructions. So for instance, if all you're looking for is their personal demographic information, you can put that information in a box. And then the next section of information, maybe the information that's on their insurance card will go in the next box, that kind of a thing. You can kind of do the same thing when you're building a digital form as well in some of the different platforms we'll talk about later. All right, and then you want to ensure that your form is HIPAA compliant. So you want to pay attention to patient privacy and ensure compliance with the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, or HIPAA. Include a privacy statement at the top or bottom of the form, clearly stating how patient information will be handled and protected. And something else I've mentioned in videos that is always a great reminder is I actually recommend putting a blank piece of paper, if you're going to do a paper form, on top of that checkboard, checklist or checkboard, so that that information is covered. So once they've completed their form and they hand you back that checkboard is covered by a piece of paper so that other patients and even other staff can't look in and see that information. Then we're going to test and review that information. So before implementing this form, you want to thoroughly test it to ensure it functions correctly. You want to review it for any potential errors or missing information. I would also ask for feedback from your staff and your patients. As a matter of fact, you can gather a couple of patients and have them fill it out and then have them give you feedback. Anything like that's going to be extremely useful. Then you're going to want to print or publish the finalized form. So once you've decided that this is what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead and publish that form. If you've created a physical paper form, print enough copies to have on hand in your office. If you created a digital form, decide how you want patients to access it. You can email it to them, provide a download link on your website, or use an online form service that allows patients to complete and submit the form electronically. I personally feel like it is best to share this in an email once you've kind of verified some of the patient's information and you are further along in the onboarding process. I don't think putting information like that out there randomly on your website is generally a good idea. All right, and then the next thing that you're going to want to do is train your staff. So you want to educate your staff on the use of this form, whether it's going to be paper form or digital form. Make sure that they know where to find the form, how to assist patients in completing it if necessary, and how to handle the collected information securely. Then make sure to review and update regularly. So periodically, and I recommend a minimum every 3 months, whenever there's an update in policy and procedure, or whenever a new rule or law comes out, you're going to want to review that form and ensure it remains up to date and aligned with any changes in insurance requirements or regulations, including your own internal policies and procedures. You want to make sure to update the form as needed to improve its effectiveness and accuracy. All right, and then this last slide here shows some of the different kinds of ways that you can build forms. We have Canva, Word, and Google Sheets. Those are all 3 ways that you can create the paper form. And then again, you want to print them out, look them over, get some feedback. And then some of the other ways that you can do digital forms, and these are all HIPAA secure with the right plan. So one thing you want to make sure, like for instance with JotForm or ClickUp, is that you have the right plan. With ClickUp, in order to be HIPAA secure, you actually have to have the highest paid plan. And I think with JotForm, it's similar. It's a higher paying plan with them. And DocuSign, those are just a few ways that you could automate the process. And then, of course, this here is just a sample insurance verification form. All right. So remember that it's always a good idea to consult a legal compliance professional to ensure that your form adheres to any specific legal requirements or regulations applicable to your medical practice and location. Here at Curate Systems, we minimize risk and maximize productivity by documenting it, delegating, and getting it done. See you soon.